Hello everyone, it's Jakey Boy Gaming here, back with a new video for you today. As you can tell from the layout today, we're doing something a bit different. We're going to be going through FIFA 22 career mode teams to start with when you first get your game. So before we get into the video today, please can you like, subscribe and comment if you want to see more of these. Today we're going to focus on English teams. And then if you like, we'll do parts where we do Spanish teams, French teams, Italian, and then all the rest of Europe and that, and maybe some MLS and that. So we'll get around to them as well. But today we're going to do just English teams. So today we're going to start with the obvious. As you can see in the background, we've got Arsenal. So Arsenal as a career mode will be a bit different because obviously they're bringing through some youngsters now. They're going for a big change. So it'll be an easy career to start with, but it won't be one where you're winning every game left, right and centre. You're going to have to rebuild. So one idea you could do with this as a career mode is you can do it so you can try and carry on building the youngsters that are coming in now. So like Ben White, Bakary Saka, who else you got? Martinelli and all that lot. You can start to grow them. You can still try and sell some of the players that you don't think will be at Arsenal anymore. Also, some of the targets you can set out to do for this, so you don't have to like do the ones here it says here, but you could set out to become Premier League contenders again, maybe Champions League football, or you can set yourself a big target of turning them back into the Invincibles again with the new lot of young players you can do, plus you can add a few to it. So this is a good little fun career mode to start with. So it shouldn't take you too many seasons to get through. It should be about maybe a 3-4 season career mode to rebuild them. And so here's the first promotion team from last season's championship season. This is Brentford. They finally got promoted into the Premier League after a few years of trying now. They've been up at the top of the championship for the last 4 seasons or 5 seasons, I think it was. They missed out last year to Fulham, which obviously Fulham ultimately come back down. But the club run in a certain way. They don't splash money here, there and everywhere and waste money left, right and centre. They do like the Moneyball effect, so they try and buy players young and cheap, or unknown players that are quite cheap as well, and they'll build them and then sell them on when they get to a good amount of money. So this is a thing you can do in your career mode to try and keep it realistic. You can try and buy some unproven players in other countries for cheap money, or you can buy some youngsters and grow them. But then if you want to keep it realistic, when you get players like Ivan Toney and that, when he gets to a really high level and you get a good amount of money offered for you, just take it, sell them, and then buy another youngster and thingy. So that's one thing you can do with your career. If not, you can just try and build on the team you've got there. You haven't got an amazing squad, but you've got a good foundation to start with. One of the main aims I would do for this career mode is to try and stay up first season, carry on growing gradually, and then push towards maybe getting Europa League. It'll be a slow grower, but it'll be something fun to do. And hopefully they'll get their new stadium in the new FIFA as well when FIFA 22 comes out. Here we go, we've got Crystal Palace now. So this time, Palace have gone for a bit of a transition. Roy Hodgson retired. They've let about 15, I think, players go at the end of their contract. So they're going through a phase of rebuilding the club and starting again. They've already brought a few good names into the club now. They brought Elise. They brought in Joachim Anderson from Fulham last season. They brought another third choice keeper because they let 2 go. Who else have they brought in? They brought a few more players in to help build Palace up again. I think they brought... I can't remember at the top of my head now. They've gone. But they brought some new names in so you can carry on building on what they're done. So for this one, it's going to be sort of like the Brentford one, but these are already an established Premier League side. So you just got to try and push them to be back in the top half of the league. And maybe push for Europa League, but it's another maybe 4 or 5 season grower. So right then, Leeds United. This is a bit of a different one. They used to be massive 20 odd years ago in that, but they had a slump. They got relegated, I think it was about 17 years ago now, and they've only just come back last season. Last season they managed to stay up and do exceedingly well for the season they had. Now, for this career mode, you just got to try and grow and keep pushing them back to maybe getting back into Europa League or Champions League. Try and get them back up in the top 5 of the Premier League as well. They've brought in Firpo so far, and they've sold a lot of the players from the Championship squad that are never going to make it into this Premier League squad. So it's starting to come together for you. It won't be as long. I reckon it'll be about 2-3 seasons before you can get these back up to a top team. And here we go. We've got Norwich City this time. This side are obviously my team. You know I support them now. If you've been watching the Norwich career mode, or you watch me live on Twitch and that when I'm watching the games live. So with Norwich City though, we are a bit of a different club. We don't have the money that other clubs have. So we have to run our club a lot differently. So if you want to keep it realistic and try to follow the career mode like Norwich do there, you have to try and buy young players that are unproven and players again from other leagues, and try and use the free agents as well if you can. Loaning some youngsters from big name teams, like we had Skip on loan last year. We've got Billy Gilmore this year. And what we do is to keep our club running and keep us having us funds to spend, we only buy players from the money we sell other players for. So like we sold Buendia for 40 million at the end of the championship season last year, and we bought in a few players this year. We bought in Gilmore, we made Gibson permanent, we made Giannoulis permanent. We also signed a midfielder. We signed Rashka as well, which is the actual replacement for Buendia. So that's what you sort of got to do. I wouldn't try and spend the budget that they give you at the start, but if you sell players, and then you can spend the money that you sell players for, if you get what I mean. Try and keep it realistic. Or if you just want to go have a bit of fun, you can just try and build on the Norwich squad they got and just keep adding to it. This one's a bit of a different one. We've got West Ham. West Ham last year had an outstanding season. They've managed to get themselves Europa League. For this career mode, your target is to keep them fighting in the top half of the Premier League, as well as push on the Europa League stage and build the squad as you go along. It should be like a 2-3 season career mode. It won't be very long, but it'll be more of an enjoyable one this time. Everyone was shocked last year when they got Europa League. They had a really good season, so you just got to carry on building on what they're doing, and then hopefully it gets better from there. Fulham obviously went up last year. They got relegated back down straight away again after one season in the Premier League. They used to be a big Premier League side. They were there most of the years when I was growing up. But then they fell off after, I can't remember, it was after they had the Europa League run. They sort of fell off and then dropped into the Championship, and then they've just been bouncing between the two divisions. So for me, to do a Fulham career, you need to rebuild the squad again. They've just lost the manager in real life. They've lost a few players now. I think they lost, all the loan players are gone. They're not coming back. They've lost a few more. So it's a big rebuilding job to get them back into the Premier League. You should probably, with the budget you get given, get them back into the Premier League on the first attempt. But if you don't, just keep building and slowly try and get some young players in. Try and use some other championship experience in that, just to push yourself back up into the Premier League, and then try and stay there. That's the thing they haven't been able to do, but could you do it? It'll be another 5-6 season career mode, so hopefully that'll be there for you. This is a career mode that's been used a lot recently. This is Sunderland. Obviously, they had a very bad time when they got back-to-back relegations. They went from Premier League to Championship to League One, and they've not managed to get out of League One. So this is one of your road to glory style career modes. You're going to need to get them back up into the Championship and the Premier League. So it'll be a few seasons. You have got the luxury of having a stadium as well, so that's quite nice for people like me that like realism. I like stadiums, I like the goalkeeper kits, because some of the lower leagues don't have that. They're not too bothered about financial. They've just been taken over in real life. So if you want to maybe put a little bit of extra money into the club, you can. But they do have a good transfer budget for a League One side. You should really be getting them up first time. But they're now in their fourth season now in League One, I think it is. So the fans deserve to be back up in the Premier League, but the club just can't get in there. So it'll be a nice little career mode to start yourself off with. Now we move on to Ipswich. Ipswich are now going through a process of, they've been bought. They're now rebuilding. So if you've been watching them on their transfers and that, have pretty much got rid of everyone in their squad last year that have been trying with them in League One for a couple of seasons now, and they've not managed to get back out of it. They used to be a Premier League side. They've also won a UEFA Cup, obviously, back in 1981, I think it was, a while ago, back when they were a big side. Now they're not that big anymore, so you can put a bit of a transfer takeover on, because obviously with them being taken over, they're now getting money put into the squad. If you see by the squad next year, they've got a whole new squad, so it's going to be one of the better sides in this league. They have poached quite a few players off some of the different teams in the League One, so hopefully they can get it this time. Obviously, for me, I'm a Norwich fan, so I don't want them to go back up, but it's a good little career mode for you to do as a road to glory. Sleeping Giant in Sheffield Wednesday, they had a poor season last year. They started with a points deduction. They did get it rescinded a little bit, but they started -6 points. They couldn't quite overturn that. The odds were just too much against them, and they ended up going down to League One. They've got one of the biggest budgets in League One, but they have had a rebuilding over the summer. They stuck with their manager, but for you taking over, it's going to be like another Sunderland sort of road to glory. They have won 4 championships. They do deserve to be back in the Premier League, but it's been a while since they've been there. So it will be a few seasons for you to grow, buy some younger English players in, buy some more experienced players in to help with your team. It will be another 5-6 season road to glory just to get them back up into the Premier League, back to where they belong. And final career mode to start with on the new FIFA 22 when it comes out in September. We're going to go with Salford. Obviously, Salford in real life have been bought out by some of the players that used to play for Man United, the Man United legends in Nicky Butt, David Beckham, and obviously all them lot. You know about them now. They've been there for a few seasons. They've been a name that everyone's starting to hear of more. But they seem to have been stuck in League 2 now. So you taking over these, you got to try and push these up to the Premier League now. It'll be a big, long star road to glory. It'll take you easily maybe 6 to 7 seasons to get them into the top half of the Premier League. Maybe even push for Europa League football or something. But it's more of a long-winded career mode for you. Some people don't like to start out with RTG. Some people do, just depending on what your preference is. They've got a decent budget for a League 2 team. So it shouldn't take you too long to push them up, but they need to sort of hit some success. And you taking over, hopefully you can hit that quite quickly and you can take them up. So that is it for today's video. These are my English teams to start career mode with in FIFA 22. I hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button, or press the subscribe button and hit the notification bell for more content. We have also got some stuff coming up as well in future videos, so we'll see you again soon.